Hi everybody, this is Chef Seis, and I've got this request that came in from Michelle for this recipe that I'm making, which is a Maitake mushroom, which are these hen of the wood mushrooms, a tempura. So this tempura batter is great because it's gluten-free, and I will show you right now. So first off, in this bowl I have a 1/3 cup of white rice flour, a 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking powder, which is basically 1/2 quarter. So I'm gonna add some soda water to this. Now, this is about a 1/3 cup of soda water, and you want it cold and you want it bubbly. The reason why is it creates those air bubbles when you make a tempura, it makes it really light, and so that's what you want to do. So in the restaurant, what we used to do is actually make this batter ahead of time and put it into a soda siphon, which has CO2 in there. I think I need a little bit more soda water, but you always want to start less, and then you can always add more, but you can't take it out. So we're going to add a little bit more to that, and just go like there. And there we go. That's it. That's it for the batter. And then you can make this a little bit ahead of time. You don't want it too much because the bubbles will die out. And then just keep it nice and cold before you get ready to go. So next we're going to start frying, and I'll show you how to do that too. Fry my Maitake mushrooms. So I've got my oil with my thermometer on there at 350 degrees. This is canola oil. You can also use rice bran oil, which I think is a little bit more preferable. So I'm going to take that out so I don't get that in the way. And then here's my batter, which is nice and cold. And I cut these mushrooms just kind of like this because you want to have a little bit of the meat on the bottom and some of the tops. You can use other mushrooms too, but I prefer these. So I can put a little bit more in there, but we'll show you. So we'll make a nice coating of it. And then you don't want too much batter on it, so you want to take the excess off and shake it off. And I'm just going to go with these few pieces. And then just slowly add them in there. Don't drop them because then when you drop them, the oil is going to spill out on you and you're going to burn yourself. So just hold them a little bit and let it go. You know, it takes a little bit. You don't want to burn yourself, obviously, but that's what you want to do. So here we go. I'm going to put one more in there. So you just want to do a batch at the same time so they all cook at the same time. And they're starting to go right there. And then you'll kind of tell once the color is going and it gets a little bit brown and crispy. And then I'm just going to put them on this paper towel. Let me move this here. It's only been about a minute, maybe almost 2 minutes, but I'm going to take these mushrooms out. Now you can see them, right? They're nice and brown on one side, and they're getting nice and golden. So, you know, the less batter you have, the kind of more, you know, area it gets a little bit, like a lighter touch. This one may have a little bit too much batter on there, as you see. And then I'm going to salt them as soon as they come out, because that's the only way you get it to stick. So I use a little bit of fine salt. You can use coarse salt too, like a kosher salt. It tends to bounce off a little bit, but make sure you use the salt right after it comes out and get the nice seasoning. Pair that with a nice, you can do an aioli if you want to do that, or some sort of spicy dipping sauce, but there's your base for it, and then you have a nice tempura batter that's gluten-free.